you feeling today?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So today we're going to really focus on writing a treatment plan for you. Okay. So I know that during the first session, you really let me know your problem and that your pastor had inappropriately touched you and shown you some inappropriate things. So I've told you before that I am rooted in a cognitive behavioral therapy. And so I want to focus on some goals to help you change a few of these behaviors and really help you grow. But I really want to discuss the nightmares. I did give you some homework, and you've been working on that for the last few sessions, to think about the way you feel when you have the nightmares. I did not want you to write anything down. I was just wondering how that was going. Is it helping at all?
Well, after I wake up, I do think about it, just that I feel really scared and really alone. Just a lot of nerves. And I've been like praying afterwards, and that's been really pretty helpful, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if thinking about how I feel, it just makes me feel more scared, more anxious because it's real.
Yeah. Have you tried, praying before you go to sleep?
I pray every day before I go to sleep.
Okay, and that doesn't seem to help diminish the nightmares at all.
No.
Okay. Now, do you have any ideas what might help you a little bit? Because I know that you're losing a lot of sleep over these and the fear.
Yeah. Well, when I prayed after, I didn't have any more nightmares for the rest of the night, just one.
Okay.
And I used to have like 3
Okay.
a night.
So you're getting a little bit more sleep. And because I remember the first time you said that you weren't able to fall back asleep because of the fear of having another nightmare.
Yeah.
So the praying has helped with that. So that's great. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I know that I told you that I wasn't going to have to report your pastor when you asked me not to. And I just wanted to talk to you, let you know that I did have to, because there are other children around. And I just wanted to discuss how that made you feel. I don't want you to,
Well, ever since you did that, like he's not around anymore. They put him on a hold, and I think everybody is kind of trying to figure out what happened. And the police came to my house and they talked to me some about it, and I couldn't tell them anything. I said that nothing had been going on because I was just scared. But I don't know what to do because I obviously don't want any of my siblings or any of the other kids at the church. I don't want it to happen to them too, but I'm scared because if I don't, maybe it'll happen to them. But if I do tell them, then I don't know what'll happen to him or to me, and maybe everybody won't like me, and maybe I'll never meet somebody who will want to be with me because it's bad. It's bad, and I thought I was supposed to be like I'm not supposed to do that stuff, and so I don't want anyone to know that it's happened, even though I didn't choose it to happen.
Right. So you don't feel like anybody in the church has singled you out, and you don't think that they know that?
No, I don't think they know who reported or who said anything. But I don't know if I should, tell the police because then everyone will know. That's like ever since I was a kid, I was told that someday I'd grow up and be a really nice man that God had selected for me. And that would be the first time that I'd see somebody naked or anything like that. And now it's just totally different, and I feel like it's all messed up. So I don't know where to go anymore or what to do. Because it's like everything that I've done, I didn't have any fun as a kid. Like, I didn't do anything bad. I was always a good kid and always really nice and honest, and I didn't do anything wrong ever. I was really obedient. And I liked it, but now it's like it was all for nothing, and I don't know what to do.
Why do you feel like that was just all for nothing?
Because now nobody's going to want me. I'm not going to have the life I wanted. I wanted to get married and I wanted to have kids. Nobody's going to want me now.
Why do you think that? What makes you feel like you can't have those goals now?
Well, I've been thinking a lot, and I think it's maybe my fault that all that happened, because I've been really, I don't know if I've been flirty or if I've dressed a little inappropriately. Like, it's nobody would want somebody who brought that kind of attention on herself. And, we always say that you should dress modestly to protect your brothers in Christ. And am I doing a good enough job of that? Obviously not, because I wasn't able to protect him from that mistake.
Okay. Now that's something I do want to focus on when we discuss the treatment plan. We do need to help you change some of these feelings that you have towards yourself. I sense a lot of guilt, and you did mention the first time that you feel like damaged goods. Mm-hmm. So I really want to hone in on that and find a way that we can get you having more healthy feelings towards yourself and a lot less negative self-talk. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So your family, how did they feel when the police showed up to ask you questions?
Well, I think that they were really suspicious because, we don't have police officers that come ever to our house. It's a nice, quiet house. And we never break the law or anything like that. So I think that maybe they thought that I was up to no good. Maybe drinking, something else, something worse.
Okay.
So I know that everybody was wondering why they talked to me. And I just said I didn't know, that I wasn't involved in anything. But I think now they think I'm a bad kid.
Okay. So they didn't ask to be in the room with you when the police came?
Well, I think, like they can't really, because I'm over it. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 18.
Okay. And the police didn't try and ask any of your siblings if they'd experienced anything with the pastor? It was just you?
Just me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they had, there were special people or whatever that interviewed kids, and I don't think that those people were there.
Okay. So it sounds like you haven't chosen to tell anyone yet. And we've been working on maybe thinking about doing that the last few sessions.
But when it came to the moment, I don't know what the good of it would be. It would just ruin my life.
Why do you think it's going to ruin your life?
Because everyone's going to find out, and then nobody will think that I'm a good kid anymore.
Okay. So even if you talk to just your mom or your dad first, you think that they would still tell everyone? And
I don't know what would happen.
okay.
I have this sibling, and she messed up.
Okay.
She got into some bad stuff. She convinced my parents to let her go half-time to school. And then when she was in school, she was hanging out with the wrong crowd and stuff like that. And she was drinking, and she smoked weed, and she was kissing boys, and it was bad. And my parents were so angry at her. My dad was furious. He said that nobody would ever want her if she behaved like that. She was worthless. And he got really, really angry. I've never seen him that angry. And so I'm afraid that if I tell them about this, but I've tried to be really good ever since watching that, because I don't want to be bad. I don't want nobody to want me. I want to stay in the church that I'm in, and I want everyone to like me still. And so I've tried really hard to be good, but I'm nervous that if I tell everyone, that all of a sudden they're gonna hate me, and they're gonna hate me for what I did to the pastor. I'm gonna be blamed, and I'm really scared about all that.
Okay. Now, this sibling, how long ago was this when your dad had a reaction that way?
It was just 3 years ago.
Now, is she still partaking in these behaviors?
Joanna, no, she got sent. She got to this missionary place, and so she usually just stays there, and it's good for her because she's just doing work and cleaning and things like that to help the other missionaries right now, because she's not really good enough example to go out into the field and help people. So she just like cleans up after them and it keeps her out of trouble, I guess.
Okay. Now, was this your dad's idea for her to go there?
Yeah, kind of like a reform thing.
Okay.
Getting her around some people that could maybe make her a better kid. I mean, I feel bad for her, like obviously, in a very sinful life, and I don't want that for my sister, but it's best. I mean, she's got to work to improve herself.
Okay. Do you still, talk to her often while she's doing this?
No, Joanna's not allowed to receive any letters.
Now, why do you feel like that behavior is similar to yours?
Just bad stuff, just stuff you're not supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to see that stuff or do that stuff.
Yeah. But I'd like to take it back a step and, look at that she chose to do those behaviors, right? Mm-hmm. Those were her decisions. But I'd like to look at, you didn't choose to partake with the pastor. The pastor chose that, right?
Well, yeah, but I was wearing I don't know, normally I just wear dresses. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit more modest because you can't see the shape of the legs, but started wearing pants.
Okay.
And so you could see, my hips and things like that, my bottom, all that. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe that was part of it. I started to dress a little bit more modern, a little less, less of the long dresses and more of the jeans, and sometimes shirts and a V-neck. And I'm thinking maybe that's part of it. I just wanted to feel
cool. Okay. And the pastor had not made advances towards you before you started wearing those clothes?
No. I mean, I wasn't allowed. I didn't start wearing those clothes until I turned maybe 17 and a half. That's when I started. And I just wanted to feel more adult, look a little bit more like what other people outside of the church wear. So people didn't look at me weird, I guess, when I was walking around. But I don't know. I was just asking for trouble. And nothing happened before when I was a kid. It started when I was wearing the pants and after my 18th birthday, and that's when it all started.
Okay. Now, do you think maybe the pastor knew when your 18th birthday was?
Yeah, we had a big celebration. I made cookies for everyone.
What kind of cookies did you make?
I made molasses cookies, which are his favorite, and sugar cookies, which are my mom's favorite.
Okay, what's your favorite cookie?
I don't like to indulge too much in cookies. Sometimes I'll have half a cookie because, I don't want to be gluttonous.
Of course, okay. Now, I'm going to just take a step back again and, you haven't told anyone. You haven't thought about it. If you were to tell somebody, is there anybody that you think you might feel more comfortable with being the first person to discuss?
Well, I think I would tell Joanna if she was home. Okay. She's done stuff. She won't get mad at me like maybe everybody else will. She won't look down on me, maybe. Because she's also done stuff that people don't like. But I don't know who to tell besides her, because the little ones, in my family, they are too little to understand, and it would make them afraid. But then my older brothers, they don't get girl stuff.
Well, would you feel more comfortable if maybe you brought in your mom or your dad and we did a therapy session together and I was here with you to help talk about it?
Yeah. Would you tell them for me?
I will be here, but you'll have to tell them, and I can help you.
How are you going to help?
If you have any problems or you pause, I can be here to, bring your anxiety levels down and just be your support and maybe help you to describe the situation and where we're at.
Could we just tell my mom first? Because my dad got so
Of course, we can start with just your mom. And then, if you don't want her to tell your dad, we have a safe space in here where you can tell her that you don't want him to know just yet, but you want to be able to have an open forum with her. Okay, you think that'd be something you're interested in doing? Okay, then we can set that up. Is there anything else that you specifically wanted to talk to me about today before we get into your treatment plan?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay. So I did tell you to think about some goals you had for yourself, and I also brought some, and then I figured we could sit down and write it together. Because this is a team effort, I told you, and I want to be here to help you, but I can't do the work for you, okay? All right, so a couple of things I thought about was your self-esteem. I want to be able to decrease your negative self-talk that you have towards yourself, and then the feelings of guilt that you have, okay? So that's where I came. Now, what kind of goal would you like to set?
I think I should work on modesty, just being a little bit less sexual, a little more pure in the way that I dress. Perhaps like keep myself safe that way.
Okay.
And then I thought about also that I need to do a better job of being honest. I feel like I'm lying to everyone I know.
Okay. Now, I think with that honesty piece, we need to avoid some maybe social isolation that you've been having from your peers and your family about the situation, right? So, what are some things that we can maybe do to help you discuss with everyone besides, we're having your mom come in for that therapy session? Would it help you to do more social activities and maybe just have that peer support, but you don't have to tell them right away until you feel comfortable in the situation?
Yeah, I have been feeling pretty far apart from my women's group that I'm a part of.
Okay.
So it would probably, and I haven't gone lately. I just don't want to. I don't want to sit there and lie to everyone. It makes me feel really guilty. So I guess I should go.
Okay. And when are these women's groups?
We meet twice a week.
And have you been attending at all?
No, I guess I went once in the last few weeks, but I missed like 4.
Okay. Now, I don't want you to feel like you have to go both times a week, but let's maybe try and get you back into it more often than that, just once. See how you feel. And you don't have to tell people. You're not lying to them necessarily because they're not asking you about it, right? So until you feel comfortable in your social situation, you don't need to bring it up to anybody, okay? But I think it would help to have peers surrounding you instead of just isolating yourself at home.
Yeah, that's true. Some good fellowship at least.
Exactly. And people that have the same mindset that you do, and that you're praise and support for God. And you can sit and pray with them, and maybe this will help you with your anxiety too. And maybe we can decrease the nightmares with you having these peers around you to start, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now how has your relationship with family been since you've been going through this?
For some reason, I keep getting angry.
Angry, okay.
Just for no reason. Like the littlest things make me so full of consternation. I'm just irritated. The little ones are playing and making a ruckus, and normally it kind of makes me smile when I'm like making food for them or something like that. But lately, it's been really teeing me off.
Okay. Now you say the small things, so the kids playing and things that used to make you laugh and smile, and they're just making you angry. Do you have like an outburst? Do you actually get loud or?
Well, once I grabbed, okay, so the other day I was reaching for a cookie, and I grabbed him by the wrist, and I told him, no, not yet. I just was so harsh with him.
Okay. Is that the only physical outburst that you've had?
Yeah, nothing else really like that, but just impatient.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you get angry, what do you do? Do you just sit and stew in it? Do you go to your room?
I just snap at everyone.
Okay. Now, is there something that you think we could do to help you when you feel yourself getting angry?
You're not supposed to feel angry, I need to have grace for everyone. and I just want it to be done. I've asked for it over and over again with prayer, and I can't seem to feel grace for anyone.
Well, you're going through a lot right now, and you haven't been able to discuss with people, and I think that can really affect a person's emotions, right? So what I think we can do, maybe if you would be interested, is starting a journal where when you feel yourself getting angry, you can talk about those feelings, you can bring it back in here, and we can talk about tools you can use that can help you relax and de-escalate so that you don't feel like you're snapping at your siblings or your peers, because snapping probably makes you feel even more angry at yourself, right?
Yeah.
So we can work on some tools that you can do to kind of just relax when you feel yourself, and maybe even recognize yourself getting angry before it happens, okay? Is that something you're interested in doing?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so all you have to do is, start writing in a journal what made you angry, the feelings you had, and maybe rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 on how angry you were when it happened, okay? And then we'll discuss some tools that way. Okay. So we also, I think we need to focus on your lack of sleep a little bit. You mentioned that, the journals aren't necessarily working for you, but prayer is, right? Okay, do you have any other possible options to help you fall asleep faster? And maybe just,
Well, there's this recording of Bible stories that are sort of dramatized, and well, I get in trouble with this, but sometimes it makes me drowsy. And so I was thinking about listening to that before I go to bed because it kind of makes me sleepy.
okay. And do you think that would even help? It would help calm your mind?
Yeah, it probably depends upon the story.
Okay. So let's maybe start out with some stories that are more calming, more relaxed, because it is dramatized, so some of those other stories might enhance having nightmares. So let's focus on the good ones, okay? And then you can keep praying when you wake up, and hopefully that continues to help you fall back asleep, okay? Now, did you have any other goals that you thought of besides honesty and modesty?
Well, I think I need to get another job
Mm-hmm.
because it's just been really hard to be in that space still where all that happens. Like, even though he's not there, I just still don't feel safe, and I'm really scared to go to work. So I've been staying home sick lately some,
Okay.
but that's not honest either. And so I guess I just need to quit.
Okay. Have people been concerned about how often you've been sick and calling in sick?
Oh, well, no, not really. Because, I mean, it's okay to be sick sometimes, and I was never sick before, so I think people believe me, which makes me even more sad that everyone believes me, even though I'm just a liar.
Okay. So let's work on, finding you another job where you feel safer
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to call in sick, and then that way you won't be lying to your coworkers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll work on that. Now I want to go back to your goal of modesty.
Okay.
Okay. I think that fits under your poor self-esteem and those feelings of guilt. Okay, so I want to kind of maybe modify that goal. So instead of modesty, what's something else we can maybe change that to? That's not based in you being the problem.
But I think I did. I think that that's part of the problem, though. So I don't know how we could change it.
I was thinking maybe not focusing on the way you dress as much. Maybe even, I want you to feel more comfortable in the clothes you choose. And so maybe that can go under the new job, because maybe you won't feel as uncomfortable or provocative in those clothes in a different surrounding. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just have to modify that and put it in a different category. I don't want that to be a main goal because I don't want you to feel guilty wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Okay, is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay. Now, you had mentioned in our very first session that you had thought about suicide every so often.
Every so often.
Okay. But you didn't have a plan. So I just wanted to check in and see we've had 4 sessions now and it hasn't come up. So how are those thoughts for you right now?
Well, yeah, I guess sometimes in the night when I'm scared or feeling really bad, guilty, sometimes I feel still like if I wasn't there anymore, things would be better.
Mm.
And then nobody would have to know about what happened. I don't know. But I know it's big sin. Big one. So I don't know what to do.
Okay. Now, about how often are you having these thoughts done?
Probably like once. Oh, probably once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, at night. No one's around.
No one's around? Okay. Now, have you thought more specifically about a plan, or are we still, just the thought of it comes up?
I think I would go into the river.
Now, this river, is it one that's close to your home? Is it a specific river?
Yeah, it's kind of along the back of our property. I guess you would call it a river, more of a creek, but it's big enough, long enough, deep enough.
Okay. You said these thoughts happen when nobody's around.
Yeah.
Now, where is everyone?
It's like they're all asleep. It's just me that's up. And sometimes I try to make myself some tea. That doesn't really work.
The tea doesn't help. I know you like to pray, so have you tried praying after you have these thoughts?
God feels so far away when I'm having those thoughts. I don't know if I could.
Okay. Would you be interested in maybe trying? I know that he feels far away, but you can try and bring him a little closer, right? Or have you ever thought about waking up a family member, asking them to maybe sit down and have tea with you? You don't necessarily have to tell them why, but just to have somebody near you.
I guess I could try that with one of your boys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I've got this plan here. So let's actually fill it out and write it out, and I'll have you sign it and I'll sign it, and then you'll actually get to keep this copy. That way you're familiar with the goals that we've set for you, okay, as a team. So the first one I'm going to put down is going to be your social isolation here, okay? All right, so we're going to increase some social activities, such as your women's group, right? We're going to try going more often. And then we want to increase your time with your family, is that right?
Yeah.
Are there specific activities that you like to do with your family that make you happy?
I like to hand letters with my mom.
You mentioned some of the little ones like to watch you do that too, right?
Yeah. They're not. Sometimes I try to teach them, but I'm not very good at it. I don't have the patience.
Does that make you feel good trying to teach them though? Okay, so that's something that I think would be a really good goal. More positivity around yourself, okay? Okay, your goal here, we wanted to get you a new job, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are our options to do that? Do you want to work on first step creating a resume?
Yeah. I don't really have one resume, but I was thinking about something in child care because children are, Jesus loves the little children.
Oh,
And I like kids. Even though sometimes I get angry at them. I think it could help me to not be so angry all the time because if I wasn't in that place, then it wouldn't be as I guess activated emotionally. So I get really intense feelings when I'm there, and I think that's what makes me so irritable.
okay. Are you looking for childcare within the church, or you kind of want to take a step back from that environment for a little bit?
Well, I had thought about the church, but I hear what you're saying about maybe not me there all the time anymore. I know that there's this Christian preschool that maybe I could get a job at, like a teacher.
You can, if you want to, create a resume, maybe bring it into me, we can talk about it together and, make those goals. And then we can really look into how we can get you into this Christian preschool.
How am I gonna explain to my parents why I'm quitting?
Well, we are bringing your mom in here for a therapy session, right? So once she knows the situation, I think you two will have a much more open space to talk about things.
Yeah,
And
that is
then-
true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then when she's there, she can help you talk to your dad about it. Maybe keep him on a calmer level. And at some point when you feel comfortable, we can bring your father in here too.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and then we want to work on your self-esteem. And that's where I'm kind of going to put that modesty piece that we modified, okay? So we discussed avoiding that negative self-talk. So what's a way that you think would help you do that?
Well, there are some Bible verses that I know that I can say.
Okay.
I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, things like that.
Okay. We'll put that down. Now, do you want to be able to do that every time you have those feelings?
Yeah, I mean, the word of the Lord is the best defense against the thoughts of the devil.
Do you think it would help you to also write the times down that this happens?
Why would I do that?
Just so we can see how often they're happening, how often you're having these thoughts, if the Bible verses are actually helping because the thoughts start to decrease. You don't have to. I'm just wondering if you think it would be an idea that might help you.
Sure, I'll do
You
it.
want to try it?
Yeah.
And if it's not working, we can change it.
You want me to write it in my journal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have to write the specific feelings just yet. Maybe just the times that you are feeling down. Just make a little note and then mention that you said a Bible verse.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I really want to focus on decreasing those feelings of guilt that you've had.
Okay.
So I think that maybe something that would help is when your mom comes in, having her to talk to when you feel that way. Do you think that might help you? Okay. All right, and that last one in there, we'll add that, feeling more comfortable in the clothes that you choose to wear.
How do I do that though? How do I change that?
Maybe if you're not feeling comfortable in jeans right now, you can cut back how often you're wearing them. And I think that maybe once you get that new job, you might see a difference in yourself. You might feel more comfortable to wear them more often again. Would you agree? Okay. So we'll put that there. And then we'll continue these individual therapy sessions once a week. And then we're going to add that family therapy session. I was thinking maybe if you want to do that monthly, would you like to do that weekly?
I don't know how often they would want it. I can ask them.
Why don't we try with just once a month? Feel it out, and if we need to increase that, we can definitely do that, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'll let you sign right here. If you'll print your name and sign, that way we know that you agree to this goal.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign as well, since we did this as a team. Okay. And then I'm gonna let you actually keep this. So we can check in every week on how these goals are coming, and if we need to change some of our choices, we can definitely do that, okay? All right, this is about it. Is there any other questions before we wrap the session today?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll see you next week, Amy. So